to Phoenix Sim Sports.
Takes the win at Le Mans.
What a performance. Absolutely incredible racing.
The wait for season 16 is over. And with that, new challenges arrive. Word around the paddock is former champion is looking to lead Alpine.
It's another race win here for Bradley.
Ryan Ward is making a heroic comeback after having a very difficult start.
Season 16 is here. 10 rounds, multiple circuits. It's the ultimate test of skill and endurance.
From the first green flag to the final checkered, only one can rise above. Speed, strategy, precision. The smallest mistake caused it. Only the fearless will rise above. This is Phoenix Sim Sports. Season 16 begins now.
A very well welcome back over to Phoenix Sim Sports here as we kick off through the 16th season here of the Le Mans series. We kick off here in grand fashion here to kick off start through what has been a very phenomenal previous season in 15, which we've saw the likes of surprise victors, tense championship battles and pure dominance. We're going to continue through fourth once again. The 10 rounds is going to come through up force in grand fashion. Starting over first, as you can see, the first round takes place at the staple of the Middle East endurance scene. It is the Bahrain International Circuit is going to host for round one of the Phoenix Le Mans series. Hello everyone, I am Amir Oates and kicking off start here to this glorious season of season 16 is other than my co-commentator Yuho Soppinen. Hello Yuho, how are you?
Good morning, good evening, good day, good night, wherever you are. It's a pleasure to be back here in the commentary box for the season 16 season, because last season we've seen so much excitement every race, and also we crowned new two champions in season 15, Ryan Ward and Bradley Cater with his dominant performance that nobody could challenge him, to be fair. But what will season 16 have for us today? We'll find out here in Bahrain.
Thank you very much there, Yuho. Indeed, Bahrain has been a very important host for those new to the Phoenix Sim Sport coverage through here of the Le Mans series. We had two back-to-back off-season events hosted on the Le Mans Ultimate platform, in which case we hosted the 2 hours of Spa-Francorchamps using the brand new European Le Mans series mod, and then once again we did the 2.4 hours of Le Mans, which had one of the highest attendances that we have seen in a not in a server, but like in Phoenix Sim Sports in the Le Mans Ultimate side of things. So there is that though to keep in mind, but the typical Le Mans the Le Mans series here for Phoenix Sim Sports is effectively 25 minutes through unqualified, followed by an astonishing action-packed 60 minutes of real racing action for the GT3s and for the hypercars. So both championships are in contention, same with the teams as well. So there is always going to be that for you to keep in mind as we're going to start through the first qualifying session through of the year. Of course, there's been no positions whatsoever, no points have been, so everyone is going to start back from square foot. So there is also through that to keep in mind. So the usual suspects though, Waters, Hendricks, Chibora, Socorro, Cheeky, Marquez, Amar, Adrien Satramir, Crucial Blin, Dal Pearson, Taggart, Wart, Luis, and Wart as well with company. We'll go through with the hypercar as well, and then also into the GT3s. It's also a similar lineup for there. We've got Brady, Bartles, Booth, Cater that has always won the races bar one, and also new ones as well, Kleppa, Juglia, Foggia, Mass and Kit. So these are the ones that have all been signed up for in the start of today's session, so it's going to be pretty much anyone's guesses really to see who's going to come up for on top.
Indeed, but there will be a lot of action happening in Bahrain. As we can see, we are now in the practice session, and as we see one of the Ayrton Senna's team cars, one of the BMWs, looks pretty unique.
Yep, it is a unique livery that we have seen previously in last year. As I just hope that the stream is doing fine. Yes, it is. So then we can keep on through. Again, it's about 7 minutes of throw left to go. So we are early through in this time. But we can go through the normal suspects, shall we say, or the protagonists in this case of the Le Mans series. So we will have that as soon as they all escape back into the pits. That means qualified is indeed going to start very soon. But Marquez holds on to the fastest first in the hypercars with Socorro through on second. Crucial Blint, there we go, the lane C is back up through. Kenzo again, so Socorro has made his mark, especially for in the off-season ones, and also in Fuji as well, so he's done extraordinarily well through in that regards. Shibora was also another one that came in similar feat, also took the endurance scene in the Phoenix by storm, as I think we've just seen Socorro just going off wide. Ben Wart makes his transition over from the GT3s over to the hypercars. I'll follow through along his brother of Ryan. They're both done in different manufacturers, so it's going to be similar to what we've seen between Michael and Ralph Schumacher in that era. So there's that for you. I think be funny, especially when you consider Ryan Wart is a champion for Ferrari, and Ben Wart is not for Ferrari at least, but was indeed a race winner. I think that's just a bit of latency issues. Captain Pearson was the man that finished second in the championship last time around, again beaten by Ryan Wart in the end, so he's going to look to see if he can maybe make this season be his. Newcomer through Dolph Myers is splitting between the two championship protagonists from last season, this time donning through the green Porsche, which has left Weck. What the hell are you doing, Porsche? Benito Luis for his he's done actually pretty well. He took on for it by storm as well in the Ferrari. This time he's going to take it over through in the Peugeot. I think he's still eyeing for his first win yet to happen. Andrew Taggart with the midfield pack increasing more. It's going to mean that the Irishman has got a lot on his hands in order to make this just an equally impressive season as it was last time round. Newcomer for Evo Francis as well. He's currently holding on for 12th. This time another BMW. So we'll see how he'll fare out. I think he's a tier 2 debutant, I believe. So that is all very good for him. Lorenzo Hendricks, he was still eyed for his first win back over the Toyota. He switches outfits to a more stable Porsche, to Peugeot. So this time he's going to hope that he'll get through his first win this season. Another one, Sachemir heading over into the pits. He's kind of struggling a bit, but that's kind of a bit of a given considering that he was previously through the GT3, so moving to the hypercars is a bit difficult, but we'll do see later on how he'll get on. Isan Gutierrez is last driver on for the hypercar field that we have a look at. He is on the Ferrari, so again, in the trusty hands of Ryan Wart, was a championship contender, but it is quite hard to make good use of it. I think Gutierrez was also another standout drive back in Fuji, so that is also another one to keep for in mind, so very good to him. Usually the GT3s, it's, not very typical, but usually we see Bradley Cater leading on for the field, but this time it's a different story now. Max Kitt is a newcomer in, and he's downing through the Lexus, so similar to what Bradley did to his dominant run previously before, but this time in practice it's about 5/10 off between himself and the British driver, who is trying himself, who himself is moved over to the Mercedes. Yeah, we are bugging, thank you very much, you hope. So Bradley Cater for a newcomer, 5/10 off from Max. We usually see him dominate throughout the field, and this time he's just about shy from that. Of course, he is in a new manufacturer, I believe. If I could just, if I could behave. We'll never know. We'll never know. That seems to be a Mercedes. That seems to be a Mercedes, and it is a Mercedes, as we can see. And with our trusty, no-nonsense camera vision, we can have a view up ahead to see what color it might be. And for seconds, it seems to be green. Hello everyone. We're gonna wait to see if the checker flag has dropped. as that man just shakes his head.
I mean, the animated marshals are absolutely hilarious. As we zoom into,
What's that?
that's an interesting place. I think that's one building to another building. I mean, to be fair, you can't really tell because well, those are just cubes at this point. And as we look at the
who else do we have a look at for here as well? What are the fans thinking? So we got a people for Bahrain.
oh my god, it's creepy.
I've never seen anyone ever in a motorsport event sit with their legs spread. And I see,
crazy.
and I see like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's not even watching the race. What's he looking at? Oh god, it's Lando Norris.
At the camera. Wait,
It's
Lando Norris.
It's Lando Norris. Look, it's him.
Oh my goodness! He really just travelled from Kota after a pretty abysmal start to the race.
Lance Stroll.
Oh my goodness, that's Lance
Daniel
Stroll.
Ricciardo. Barely.
Oh my goodness.
Barely.
Barely Daniel Ricciardo.
That's two Lando Norrises I see.
Yeah.
Those are the two faces. Those are the same faces sitting beside each other. I would have never.
Why is that guy looking at another person?
I don't know. I have no earthly idea. Newcomer for not newcomer. GT3 veteran for Kevin Rivera in Puerto Rico is still donning the Ford, so good for him. He's still eyeing for I think his first win as well, which he's trying to look for. So yay for him. So that's going to be all good to see exactly where he'll come up from top. As I see my god, dinner won't be ready, so thank you very much. Linus Bukushkas, also Lexus debutant as well, that also dons. It's looking to be quite good actually for the Lithuanian as he's trying to break through into the top 5. James Booth makes it through in Mustang 3-4. James Booth is a newcomer. He'll share through with Bartels, still through in that same trusty Ferrari that he has relied on through previously, so he'll be hoping to make through against that. Samuel Billman, also for a midfielder in the GT3, has got for his first podium through this season, so he's looking to keep that through. Another newcomer in Kelpe in 8th for the BMW, who did pretty well through the last rounds that we've seen from the Ayrton Senna do Brazil moment. Harold de Kock, as funny as his name is, he's got a bit of talent to show for with his talents, and breaking in through to the top 10 at least is a good sign that things are good to come for Harold. Brian Mass, usually in through the BMW, is now downing in a Porsche. Pretty trustworthy, but you have to try and see how he can make amends with it to try and break himself up even further than in the usual 5th that he's found himself in last time round. Brian Garcia through in 11th with Vincent Jugia in 12th, who hasn't set a lap. Same with Harry Harman, Daniel Hornsby, and Sean Glynn, who's in all caps in the timing towers. Also as well, Emil Arpa, Roman McCurdy, Stuart Brady, Sebastian Waters, and Nathan Carter are all the other sign-ups for today's race.
Well, I mean, today's gonna be interesting. I mean, if we're gonna see more of Sean Glenn, that's it will be interesting. My voice will explode. All I can say.
Your voice will explode. There's the timing stars. Oh, to your left-hand side, ladies and gentlemen. So Gutierrez holds on to the lead, 1/10 off from Sakura. Marquez 3/10, 2/10 off from behind. Cruchon still within the second, and Francis is only about 3 thousandths away to be within a second from there. Also into the GT3, so you have got Kit into the lead, nearly a second faster than Bradley in the down stages, with Rivera second clear from that, and he'll hold on for about 6/10 off from Booth as Bukushkas completes up through to the top 5 in the GT3. So it's quite a telling story. So Kit and Cater are what seems to be the main protagonists here for this season, but also Gutierrez and Sakura and Marquez, and also Crucial as well, seems to be very strong here early out, don't you reckon, Yuho?
Yeah, they're looking very strong today, and it will be interesting to see who will be on pole position. I mean, currently the favorite is Kit in the GT3, and the favorites are Gutierrez, Score, and Marquez. As qualifying is going to be starting, first it will be GT3 qualifying. As we see the WEC mechanic look... Why is he shaking his head? Why is he shaking his head?
I thought he was shaking his rear end, but indeed, she's obviously Hitman. He's absolutely a Hitman. She's a Hitman. He's a Hitman. He's a Hitman. He's a Hitman. He's a Hitman. Oh my good lord! Who hired Hitmans into the paddock? What in?
Oh boy!
Look, this is the only normal like crowd that we've seen, and they're all on the one where nobody's going out. So this is going to be great.
Everybody's going out already.
Yeah, but speaking of going out, qualifying is going to begin underway. The GT3s are the first ones out to exit out. So we will see through that who will come out on top as we just look over through. Oh god. We're learning a lot about Bahrain here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, as we see, oh dear, we've got a fatality, our first fatality here in the season, and unfortunately it's that little cone. We will have a minute silence for the cone that has just been how do I say this? Unjustly punished by Bradley Cater.
R.I.P. Cone.
R.I.P. Cone. But yeah, we can see here everyone is going to come out to start for their formation laps. We have got 10 cars on the GT3 out onto the field as he's I don't know who you are. Is that Benzema? I don't know. But yeah, what do you with all that being said, what do you think we would see here today, Yuho?
A lot of action. All I can say is that. A lot of action. Possibly chaos, possibly triumph and tragedy.
Oh my goodness me, that's Kit going around. What a perfect camera angle that was. That was a perfect camera angle. As now we ride on with Bradley Cater now, and we're going to see how well he can do through on this lap. So you go down through turn 1. You can commentate for the track if you want to.
Yes, so Bradley Cater going through the first turns now, taking that good line here, and then going through down to turn 4 now, which we've seen a lot of action in Formula 1 in the past, including Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton in 2021, as Bradley Cater takes a pretty wide line as well, going through the complex 6 and 7, and then going through to 8. It seems pretty good. He's pretty much nailing it on the corners currently, as he takes a lot of apex into that first hairpin. The yellow flags were briefly out, but we're just now focusing on Bradley Cater, as it looks way too loose on to turn 9 and 10, but still manages to get the exit out of turn 10 and going through the long straight to 11 now, and there are also going to be complex long corners, as I call them, fast sweeping corners to be fair is the right term. So going through 11 now down to 12. He has to have a little lift there because there's not much downforce with the GT3s, and then going through 13, and now we have another long straight. This time the longest of them all, except the start-finish straight. And going now through sector 3, the last two corners here. Turn 14 and turn 15. What can Bradley cater to? What can the champion do here? Actually, the reigning champion. Going through the long straight. He's going to come across the line now. What's it going to be? Oh.
He doesn't set it. That's weird.
Yeah,
So it's
it seems like
invalidated. So invalidated somewhere. As Kevin Rivera goes for across the line, he'll be the first one to set the provisional fastest lap with the 2:02.4, and will beat Bartels by about 1/10 here, as we might see him going out for again. As just want to make sure. Why, I don't know what happened there. So Bartels will hold on through to the lead. Kit will have a chance to go for across the line. What can he do? He was really strong, but unfortunately, I think that was. I think it might be a bit too deferred, heading over through to the first sector. In fact, the second sector is where it cost him. Cost him about 14 seconds off. So that is honestly quite a shock. But Bartels, meanwhile, fastest out of the sextuple. Here.
Going through turn 9 and 10. Seems to be really fast on the first sector. Yeah, 3/10 faster in the first sector. And currently now the long straight before 11. Here we go. He seems to get it right. Yes, he does. Takes a really good apex and a really good exit out of the corner. And going through 12 now. Where you have to lift with the G3s. In hypercars, you don't have to really lift. Either way, 2/10 faster on the second sector. It seems like Michel Bartels got this one right now on the bag, but in the bag. But let's see the last two corners. Turn 14, turn 15, going through the start-finish straight. As Bradley Cater sets a very good time. Not surprised, but Michel Bartels goes up to P2, actually P3, because Kevin Rivera goes up to P2, and there's a yellow flag again on track.
Yeah, I think that might be Kit. Is he going to improve anymore? We'll see on board with him. Apologies for my absence a bit, but he has got purple through in the first sector, a green in the second, so he's looking to be about within a 10th off from Rivera. If he could just tie through the final corner together.
Oh,
it goes for across the line.
It seems like he lost it on his third sector, on his fastest lap.
8 seconds off. So that might be what the brief yellow flag was for.
Yeah, it was that, because I think he lost it through turn 13 at least, if I'm right. As here's Samuel Bellman going on his lap. He hasn't set a time yet, but 2/10 off in the first sector. But he seems to be pretty comfortable with the M4 GT3. As here we go, going through the straight before the complex 9 and 10.
About 2 minutes left to go through here in qualifying. So this will probably be one of Bellman's last ever chance. 2/10 off from the first sector. So, as you were saying, you hope that's looking very comfortable. If that was the sort of time they could put up for the first one, a bit of a wiggle coming out through turn 11 through to 12. And yeah, you just need to really nestle that car. It goes from one direction down through to the other. Break it hard through. Very important corner to, as you said, lead to the second longest straight. As thank you very much also to Am1 and Jumbalot for following this channel. As we see someone going slow, that will be Spokushkas before the final corner, and we'll see what will happen to him.
His sector 2 seems invalidated.
Yeah, it's invalidated.
I think he's not gonna get the lap in. Yeah, exactly.
What about Matt Kent? We'll see what lap he can do. Purple went through the middle sector. he's purple all the way around, but can never seem to quite tie it together. Is it going to be enough at least to join with Ricardo on through the front row? It is up in a second.
Wow. That was a great lap from Max Kit.
Mas and Garcia both go into the pit, so they won't be able to improve anymore. Vincent is going to be another one to go for a cross line, and he does improve, but he'll still remain over outside of the top 10. Linus Bakushkas is entering through to the second sector. Harold de Koch is over for the first sector as well. So we'll see. Max Kit is going through the final corner.
No.
No, he's not going for the final corner. My goodness me. Sorry about that. I forgot to take my normal pills. There is Rivera just ahead through Bartels. That's Booth exiting out through the very technical corner. This is the final corner. No, it's not. No, it's not.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
It 100% isn't. So I am so psyched for the season. Yeah.
There we go. This is the final corner.
we can hear your peak. Your not peak, but your excitement, Maverick. Silver Klepper done very good for the GT3s, but this is going to be the first time he cements into the season. He pushes himself up into the top 5, 1.5, and that will be Bradley Kidder going for slowly, as he's done all that he needs to do to get himself ahead of Max Kit, 4/10 off ahead. But can Max Kit respond? Pushing over through to the second sector. He's purple in the first sector, but a bit yellow, but at least it's only 800s off. If he can do anything really well for the final sector, then he has got enough here, Yuho.
I mean, this looks very good, but now he's gonna do everything on this into sector 3 and the last two corners here. Coming through now, the last corners, 14 and 15. What can Max Kit do? Can he take pole, or can he actually challenge only Bradley Cater on track? Here we go, going through the main straight and coming across the line. And
No!
oh my goodness, 39 milliseconds between Bradley Cater and Max Kit. What a lap from Max Kit. All I can say is that might have not gotten pole, but is very close to Bradley Cater.
Absolutely. So what an incredible qualifying session that is. Everyone is indeed over and done with, so Kelpa will eventually go in. Bellman is over for the first sector, so they won't have any more chances left to go. Brian Mass was on his outlap, so I'm not quite sure what might be happening here with Brian, but we will see. He is going to start a flying lap. He's 4/10 off from Spakushkas, but I think per the rules that, if I remember correctly, it is 25 minutes, but it's split up into 10, so the GT3s have a 10-minute grace period, and then a 5-minute interval, and afterwards, following that, we've got the GT3s then. So there should be time everyone goes in for the pits. Kelpa's going to be staying out. Actually, no, he is going to go back to the pit, so no one is going to set through that lap times.
And Bradley Cater does not have time to make the lap, so he has to go back to the pits.
Rivera heads into the pits as well.
No, he's finishing his lap. Here comes Kevin Rivera coming across the line. What can he do?
He improved.
Only third.
No,
He improves.
He did improve, but it's still only within a couple off. And
and here, hello.
what a great camera. Who did that camera transition? That was phenomenal.
I don't know.
Anyways, we'll go through to the qualifying results here for the GT3s. What a fantastic qualifying session that was. Nobody was in pole position. Thanks graphics. Thank you, Mona Lisa. Thank you, Mona _ Lisa _ 1 for following.
Oh, hello, Mona.
Do you know her?
Yes, I know her.
Wow.
What?
I swear you're like responsible for like 99% of our audience.
Yep, I am responsible. If Owen is watching, hello, Owen Harmon.
Oh, it's watching this?
Yeah, I sent the stream.
Oh God. Good Lord.
Hey, there you go.
Thank you for defeating Rovers for us. We'll do our best come next week. I'm eternally grateful for your club's existence solely for that moment. A way to make it. Please win. Yes. I heard. I've never heard you so happy, and I've never heard you so excited. You sound absolutely chuffed.
Oh, is that who is that on the phone?
What do you mean on the phone?
Wait, what? Wait, huh? I thought you were on your phone.
No. No, Owen was. I was speaking to Owen. The DM that he sent me was just a voice message of confirming that his team beat the championship leaders. But the 10 minutes now has ticked by, and everyone else is going to go out for on track. Benito Luis is the one that's going to lead the field down over to turn 1 as they begin for their formation lap. Lorenzo Hendricks following down from behind again in the new machinery as we have another casualty. We have another casualty in our hands. Where is it? Rest in peace. Rest in peace. We've already suffered. We've already suffered from two cone fatalities. The crowd are absolutely stunned with their stoic face. No, another one. Where's the other one? Where did the other one go? Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, come. Oh my goodness me.
Oh god, I've never seen such. I could not bear to witness the absolute pandemonium that we're witnessing here today, Yuho. It's just too much for Cone sympathizers to handle.
Yep, indeed. I mean, we pay respects to our cones here.
The stream is a PG with all the excessive violence. Thank you, Owen. You understand. Alright. But similar to what we have done through in the GT3s, we will do over to the hypercars. We'll change over through to the tiny towers to the hypercars, and we will ride on board with none other than Luis. So we're gonna see what speed that he can effectively do for on his Porsche hypercar, approaching over down to turn 1 with a very big braking over, nearly 61 kilometers an hour. Out from the exit, just continued to punch it through. He's flicking through the throttle because if you push it too much, then you're going to end up spinning out from the turn 2-3 complex. Now approaching over through 275 kilometers an hour. People were breaking over down. It's a bit of a hairpin, nearly 100 kilometers for the apex to get out with a very good side onto the apex, hugging into the inside line for these S's up ahead. Continue on through to the first sector. It's going to go right downhill. Then you have to brake guard, come up through to 8. One of the slowest parts for the track, 62 kilometers. He's a bit too tight for that. Need to hold on, get the apex, and then swing back right round for this complex one. Down, turn 9, brake goes down out, straight over through to 10, over down to second gear, straight back over to 1. And you have to accelerate after that apex, and then punch it right through. Here we go, right past through the national straight now, for 275, and then a brake again for 226, and from the exit hug out to the outside line a bit, and then right down to the inside, and then right back over to the inside once again. You have to go right, then left, then right, which makes it very technical. Similar hairpin back over to what you've seen in turn 5, however a little bit more radius means that you're carrying more speed upon on exit through this second longest straight here on the track. And you have to just munch it through to 6th gear as you possibly can, all nearly on equal speeds. However, this time the final corner is going to be a bit more technical, and we will see the lap that he will do. So he will go through across the line, and we'll set through a provisional fastest lap 147.26. And that will be a pretty interesting feat for everyone else to muster.
Yep, indeed. As now Benito Luis is still the fastest currently. It seems like as here comes Andrew Taggart. Taggart 3 seconds off of
Ward's got
Luis.
fastest.
Ryan Ward makes the fastest lap, and
Ben Ward.
well, flashing. Oh, Ben Ward. Oh, there's a. I thought there was a bit of contact there, but had to be avoided.
I wasn't quite sure what the
Gutierrez
yellow
makes
flag
fastest
was.
lap, and Kenzo Cruzamblin does the fastest lap currently. 146.2.
How did you make that so quick, Yuho?
I'm just looking at the timing towers currently.
No, I meant the image that you sent me that I will send over to the viewers very soon. Kenzo has actually got the fastest for the first sector. Isvan in the Ferrari puts a very good showing up in a second. Ben Ward on the third with the Peugeot. And Luis fourth also in the Peugeot, which completes through with Cavtal Peterson in fifth. Moria Mar in sixth with Lorenzo Hendricks. Excellent for the pits to have a go for once again in seventh. Duff Myers eighth. Ivo Francis in ninth. Ryan Ward 10th. Ordine Satramir 11th. And Andrew Taggart in 12th.
Seeing the timing towers, Marquez has made a bit of a mistake on his lap. That's why he's 19 seconds down. And Cruzamblin has to, well, avoid. Was that someone just impeding him at the point?
Yeah. Kenzo exit out
Indeed.
through the penultimate corner. I got my stats right this time.
Oh, look at this.
Damn
Some
you.
Ward in third and fourth. Sorry to cut in there.
Francis actually just beat up into the line. He got himself up in a third. So this is quite interesting. We're seeing a new... as soon as I said that, Jabora just went across the line and he got himself up into third. But that will be Kenzo coming down right from behind to go for across the line. Is he going to improve? He's still 2.66 off ahead.
And here is Shibora currently going through Sector 1 now. And currently, let's see what he can do to Sector 1. Now going through Turn 4. Now here comes the 5 and 6 complex. Let's call it Slingshot, basically. And now, he's 1/10 off in the first sector. But there might be chances here going through Turn 7 now. And here we go, and there's still the cone on track. Going through the complex 9 and 10. Okay. Okay.
These the two warts as well. We did have a joke about them a bit before, so I don't think it's anyone's real surprise that we do give them a bit of violence. They're both about to slow, so they won't go. Benito Luis goes across the line. He promotes himself for up at a fourth. As Dal Peterson through the final corner. He needs to do very well to exit himself out of the rescue. Fortunately, it won't come. Gutierrez has one last chance. Shibora now up in the top three. Not proving though on his end. Ben Ward goes across the line, spits off between Luis from P4, as he'll take P4 very comfortably, as that is a spin. And that would be, not sure who that is. Is that
I think it's Taggart.
Taggart?
Yeah, that's Andrew Taggart having a little spin. But he won't have time to go out and do another lap. So that's his qualifying over.
Yeah, indeed. Down in the Doritos car. So that is indeed quite I was going to say interesting, but I suppose uninteresting is also just equally as important. 1 minute 31 less to go. Gutierrez is just exiting out through nearly to the second sector, and that will be Shibura going wide and hitting the barrier, and that will be his qualifying all over Dunwich. The main's the best he can ever hope for. Will indeed be third, and that's a bit of a problem when you consider you've got like Ben Ward down from behind, who actually, luckily for Shibura, isn't improving, but is McCath improving? We will have to find out.
Let's see what happens. What's going on with Wagner Marquez? Equal on the first sector, and it's purple.
Whoa!
Of course.
No, he's not. He's actually equally matched that first sector time, actually. 0.000. Wow.
Yeah, just wow. Just a perfect sector 1 currently for Wagner Marquez. As look at Kenzo Cruz-Chamblin, currently fastest in the first and second sector. 1/10 in the first sector, 46 milliseconds on the second sector, actually 400s of a second faster in the second sector. And going through now, 14 and 15 here. Here is Kenzo Cruz-Chamblin, and as we see a yellow flag somewhere around the track. But what can Kenzo do? He will improve 2/10 more, and now puts up 7/10 on Izan Gutierrez, as Lorenzo Hendricks is back in the garage. As we focus on Izan Gutierrez. Oh my goodness, what a... Wow. That was a moment for Izan Gutierrez there, as going through now the turn 9-10 complex. He has to get this right also. It's a bit too wide, and Izan Gutierrez might struggle in on this lap, as Wagner Marquez's qualifying is complete. He
Ben
will
Warts
not
is complete as well. He got himself up in the fifth, so indeed, Shibura, very, very lucky with that spin. Still manages to hold on to P3. McCath and Work both couldn't improve in the end. Evo Francis through in 7th, Sakura in 8th, which is a little bit disappointing on his end, but still pretty good nonetheless. Ryan Ward exiting over through to the second sector. Is it going to be any more improvements to rescue it? No, it won't. He will have to stay through into 9th. Kafdal Peterson exiting out for the final sector. It's a 1 second down from behind, and that will be kind of dead on arrival. Dolph Myers, is there going to be room for him? There's going to be green all around for the Porsche driver, and the man that is currently sitting in 12th. He has a chance to break through into the top 10. If he could just string through this final sector together, we will see if there's any more improvements that he can do. Through across the line, Dov goes. No, it's not. He'll have to be happy with 11th, and actually it's very, very close in that regard, because it's only about 300ths off, and that's qualified over and done with.
At least, yeah, I mean, at least 27 milliseconds between Dal Pearson and Myers currently, but good effort from Dov Myers. But yeah, go on with the results here.
Kenzo Cruz-Chamblin starts his season in grand style, as he'll take through the first pole position in the hypercar class for season 16. Izan Gutierrez will share the front row alongside him in second. So again, very, very good there from Gutierrez. Shibura down from behind, and third. It's one of the highest that we've seen the BMW place for a season opener, especially when you compared it through the last season, with Wagner Marquez just outside through that top 3, but will still share the same row with Shibura, with Ben Ward upon his hypercar debut will complete through in 5th. Benito Luis, the first of the runners, over in 6th, with Evo Francis in 7th. Matsukaro couldn't quite string it through together to the top 5, so he had to start for 8th, with Ryan Ward quite disappointed with him in 9th, and Kafdal Pearson. They'll both share through that. They'll both share row 5, despite being championship protagonists over last time. Outside of that, Dolph Myers at 11th, upon for his debut with Amoria Mart to have him for company. In 12th, with Lorenzo Hendricks 13th, with Odrin Satramir and Andrew Taggart. Really, really struggling qualified for the Irishman, actually, as he's about 3/10 off. And we'll have to start through in 15th, with Arpa, McCurdy, Warren and Carter not making representative starts for today's race. Then over through to the GT3s, and it's Bradley Cater. Same story, but this time it's going to be a different margin this time, as he's about 300ths of a gap between himself and Max. kit, not for Verstappen. Kevin Rivera through 9/10s off from behind from the leaders with Michael Bartels in 4th, 1.2 seconds off with James Booth 5th, Servant Kleppa 6th, Samuel Bellman 7th, Linus Bakushkas 8th, Brian Mass 9th, and Harold D. Koch in 10th. And then outside of that, we've got Vincent Jugier in 11th and Brian Garcia in 12th. And then we'll look over through the final starting order for today's race. Blair Kenzo Grissom Blin shares for the front row. Go with Isfran Gutierrez, completes for row 1. Following with that with row 2 is Jacob Shabora and Wagner Marquez. Both non-knowns in season 15 are now making their names here in row 2. With Ben Wharton down from behind in 5th. We'll have with Benton Louise to share for with company complete for row 3. And down there from row 4, it's Ivo Francis and Max Akroa, an all BMW lineup through row 4. Now over through to 9th, it is Ryan Ward that has just the edge for Captain Pearson. Pretty struggling for him to make his championship defence here. With Dolph Mars down from behind in the Porsche, have Mario Mar through in 12th. Down for the 13th, it is Lorenzo Hendricks just ahead from the Aston Martin of Hadid Satchamir. And then afterward, it's the backmarker for Andrew Tugger, who's usually in midfield, down for 15th, with Roman McCurdy in 16th. None of these are actually making their starting orders here, so I think we will start up through. And it is Bradley Kayer that shares through the row in the GT3s, but we'll have Max Kate for company with Kevin Rivera over in 3rd. And then Michael Bartels through to 4th with James Booth in 5th. Kelpa 6th with Bellman down over in 7th. Spakushkas in 8th as Brian Mass is start for the pits. Same with Vincent as well, so they both will be struggling through. And Harold de Kock just will have the edge then up ahead, and that'll be Brian Garcia completed through the running order. 60 minutes up ahead of today's race. Can't really go for anyone's favour here. Kenzo has got a very good chance to put his name as a championship contender if he can translate this into a win. Gutierrez, Shabor and Marquez, both unknowns in season 15, are going to make their names known here in season 16. It's anyone's guess to see who will come out on top as they wait for the green flag to drop down. The green flag drops and we're on the way here. They're on their way here, and it's going to be a pretty good start actually for Kenzo, but actually Gutierrez is not backing off whatsoever. But speaking of not backing out, Shabora makes his way in the middle, down for turn 1, and this is going to be a pretty situation for Gutierrez as he slides down through, makes contact, and that's down behind by Kaz tries to look down through inside Shabora, and Shabora manages to keep it on through straight, but he'll still do it through. Meanwhile, down from behind, Max Kidd has made the jump onto Bradley Cater, and he gets himself up to lead, and Bradley Cater is actually dropping as Cameron Rivera almost has to look down for the inside.
Oh, it seems like it's a very bad start for Bradley Cater, but Bradley Cater is coming back on one of the Mustangs. That's Kevin Rivera. Look at this. Bradley Cater takes second place back, and now is on his charge to battle with Max Kitt, as currently Max Kitt is the one leading. Great start for him. Bradley Cater in the meanwhile, oh my goodness me. And here is Kenzo Cruzon-Blin currently leading. Oh, I thought there was going to be a spin. But it seems like it's the internet, but there's mayhem going on in the back.
Yeah, oh my goodness me, that's someone spun around. That is Ben Ward upon his hypercar debut in such a long while. Has come off the worst of it, and he's dropped down right through the pecking order. Has to join into the GT3s. Of course, there's no legal obligation for the GT3s to give way to Mets of the blue flags, and that will be a bit of a problem for Ben Ward. So that means he has to take the long way around to make his way up from the head, as Bellman knows about this. And you can just see Wart trying his best to navigate through is going to make it a little difficult for him. Tension up for ahead though, Kenzo with Isfan and Socorro completing through the top 3 as it stands. Oh goodness me, that is someone going wide.
There's a battle between Izan.
That's someone going wide. Shabora's gone off, I think. Sakura actually is managed to make a magnificent jump up from outside of the top 5 up into the top 2. So that's good for him. As we see with Luis having tried to look down for the inside up to Ryan Ward. Ryan Ward tries to fend off, and that's a bit of a lag that we're getting here. Apologies for that, viewers. Side by side over for turn 3.
it's hilarious.
Down comes Tom Pearson, down to the inside upon his championship rival from last season to get himself up into P7 if he will able to do so. And he will gonna go for the S's now. He'll hold on for the inside line. Ward needs to try his best to just hug it in as much as he possibly can. A little bit of contact. Ward spins round. Ward spins round. Oh my goodness, he's absolutely facing backwards. Someone's disconnected.
He was almost collected in that.
Oh wait.
No, he was almost collected. Oh, and he spins around again. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good. All right, good. Good. He managed to get out of the racing line before anyone could manage to hit him. But currently, Ben Ward and Ryan Ward having the worst starts currently.
You mean the Ward starts?
This campaign. What the hell? Well, Ward start, yeah. Let's just call it that. Apologies for the language as well.
Touching up for a head. And there says go, go, go. So it has been quite a go, go, go session that we have seen here. I've just realised that I have not actually turned the engine noises up. Whoops.
Whoopsie. Well, I mean, now we get the engine noises, and here's Krenzo Krushamblin leading the pack. So currently just pretty much comfortably ahead of Skoro, but not really enough comfortable because Skoro seems very fast currently, and Skoro might have a look at some point, but currently Kenzo has a very good exit out of turn 3, and now we're going through turn 4 now. Skoro still just looking, just trying to look every time, as Chibora's dropping down the order, it seemed like, for a moment.
No, it's just lost out.
He might have lost out, yeah. Alright. As Marquez currently in P4 ahead of Shibora. And it's 5 tenths between them. Now make that 4 tenths as they go through turn 10. And here we go. It's all to play here for Wagner Marquez and Jacob Shiboro, as Vincent Jugier goes into the pits. Wonder that's damaged to his car as well.
We've had he's actually retired, so indeed must be that. Max Kit and Bradley Kit are nearly close within each other. Spakushkas in a battle behind with Velman and Klappa to the edge of the top 5 and 6th place. So Spakushkas has got a lot of work for it to do up the red to defend, as I can just make sure everything is all going well, no good. That is a bit too loud, so I will lower that down a bit. Ooh, and a bit of contact there by Bellman up to the inside of Spakushkas. And will they make a move though? It's kind of hard for to tell.
It's hard to tell, but they so one of them has to make it smart. And look at that! Could be no. Linus Spakushkas now just defended beautifully there. I mean, shut the door, but still hard racing there between those two.
Great move there for Spakushkas to still Lithuanian just barely grasp onto the top to the 6 now. As we can see there, Max Kit still under pressure from Bradley Cater, but nothing of moves to be made of just yet as they'll go for Eternal 1. But it's going to be the closest that we've seen those two. And meanwhile, further down from behind, Spakushkas under for pressure from Billman. Klappa doesn't really want to quite make the move just yet, as Benito Luis and Captain Peterson now out for the national straight. Peterson may have a move down for turn 11. He's going to take the bullet, maybe bite into it, hoping Luis will maybe defer a bit out for the racing line. And it doesn't quite work. The Angolian still holds on through, and that will be Luis still holding on to 6th with Captain Peterson still down in 7th. As we can see up for ahead. Whoa! Wow. Look at that braking zone there by Bradley Gaylor, really pushing into those tires. I think Max is not just having the best of race paces, at least from the early stages of it, with 42 minutes left to go. I mean, it's a bit of a fight that we haven't seen in quite a while that Cater had to deliver. since maybe back in Algarve, where he was battling with, what do you call it? Rivera. It's down over through turn 11. They all go. Not close this time, so he will eventually pull away. Meanwhile, Spakushkas and Bellman have to go inside by side. That gap between Booth and Spakushkas is climbing all the more that Bellman doesn't make the overtake. I think Bellman might know this, as Spakushkas is holding them up back a bit. Then maybe these two would like for company. So I thought that was someone going wide, but this is going to be a battle in for the lead between Socorro and Kenzo.
And look at this. Matt's scorer is just looking every time to find a move, like a successful gap to make a move on Kenzo Khrushchev-Lin. Khrushchev-Lin just under pressure currently, trying to hold himself for the moves that Matthew scorer could do. But here is Lorenzo. Wait, no. Oh my goodness me. Now I forgot the name. Kenneth Dahl Peterson. Thank you, Amir. He's just trying to put one of the Peugeots under pressure, as I thought there was gonna be a late lunge down the inside there.
No move yet to be made by Pearson, as he still struggles to follow through with Luis up through behind, up ahead, so... Oh my goodness me, Pearson, as soon as I just said it, has been spun round, and he's jumped out a couple through positions, and look at that maneuver there by Myers to make avoiding action, but it's bad news there for Pedersen. So he will hold on through to 11th though, as Dov Myers, with that fantastic maneuver, maybe to capitalize it against Evo, down for turn 1, looking for a switchback that's nowhere near. As we see, up for a head, it's between Socorro and Kenzo once again. And again, place your bets to determine who will come out on top. I think it really is going to be effectively anyone's guesses. Socorro, it's pretty hard to bet a guess, especially when you consider what the South African has managed to do. Second place in the 20.4 hours of Le Mans. Got second place in Fuji as well.
Whoa!
And,
looked on the inside for a moment there, Matt Scorer. He's just trying his best to find the gap that exists. Could he make a lunge here? No. It's still a bit too far back.
Yeah, we'll see with like the Marquette against Jacob Shibura. Down over for turn 11. No moves to be made yet. You can just see these battles are starting to develop. Kenneth Dahl Peterson has to worry about one more brother in the hypercar class this season. He's got two to worry about, which could be pretty important. Spakushkas down over for turn 1, still fending off from Bellman and Klepa throughout the race. No moves to be made just yet, as actually we might expect to see Ben Awart make a move very soon. A very good action actually from the Englishman to surely make a move, as we will see, about 2/10 off. And a weave in and out to just get off of the air. Doesn't want to overtake just yet, wants to get to perfect opportunity to do so.
And here is, I think it's Wart currently trying to put pressure on Kenneth Dahl Peterson. Look at this. He's just looking, trying to scare Kenneth Dahl Peterson currently. Just a little scare there, but in the end, Kenneth Dahl Peterson knew that was coming, so he just still closed the door. But Ben Ward again trying to scare, but this time flashes the lights as well to distract Kenneth Dahl Peterson.
Bit too much on the gravel. That Ward goes on the exit, pushing through to this complex up here, and we'll have to worry about that. Matt Socorro very, very close onto Kenzo, 3/10 off, but he's not going to be close enough to make the move, much to his liking. No desperation as well. 47 minutes left to go. Wagner Marquette in a similar situation, down from behind, as Bartels under pressure from Booth through the final corner, and then you can see Spakushkas also in a similar situation, except there's one more car through behind. And that one! And that is
Whoa,
Booth
no.
going off through the final corner, hitting the wall, and that might pose an end. Is it going to crab a little bit? We'll have to see, as he'll try to
Yeah,
get
that was
it
a
up
pretty
and running.
hard hit to the wall as well. I think he's gonna cry. No, car looks fine. Car looks fine, but he's going into the pits just for. Oh no, he's overshot the pit limiter. That's
Whoops,
overshot it. And look at this!
Velvet battle.
Look at this!
Yep, indeed.
Linus Bekauskas and Sarah Bellman making an almighty battle here. As also here comes one of the RC7 Dream Team cards. But look at this, Bellman and Spakauskas. Look at that. Spakauskas says, "Have a bit of that." As there's
Kenzo.
more battling going
Kenzo
on.
Sakara, this is a chance for Sakara to take for the lead. Sakara swings around for the outside against Kenzo. This is going to be the first
he
time
has.
that he's a chance to win a Le Mans Ultimate race here in Phoenix Sports, and he's got that down to a T. What a fantastic move to push himself up into the lead. Meanwhile, Magna Marquez under pressure from Jacob Sapora. Sapora goes a bit too much onto the brakes, and that's going to compromise for his exit. Round for that corner, Captain Pearson under pressure for Ben Ward. It's all kicking off here, Hugo. It's all kicking off here.
It's all kicking off here because now it's starting to like. It's like now or never somehow for the drivers. Now Ben Ward trying to find a move to get up the position as Booth gets a penalty. Yes, exactly. Booth gets a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. He overshot the pit lane limiter line as kind of Dal Peterson under pressure from Ben Ward currently, and Ward having a bit of a little tank slapper, not a big one.
Yeah, Ward exit out for the pit, so he's had his scheduled pit stop, I'd reckon. So that's going to be a little bit of an issue. That should be probably through okay. But Ben Ward, meanwhile, keeping the pressure on to Dal Pearson as he can. I think the fact that Pearson has indeed spun means that he needs to nest those tires as much as he possibly can. As Ben Ward says, you know what, I'm going to head into the pits as well. If my brother's done it, I'm going to do the same. And the sirens will call for another Ward pit stop. Whoa, look at that.
Indeed.
What was that battle, my goodness me. Between Bakushkas and Klepper. And look at this, Bakushkas holds onto the inside line down to get Klepper through turn 5.
And Klepa has the position for now as Bakauskas could fight back. Yes, he does fight back, and contact between the two. Contact between the two of the drivers here. Bakauskas is gonna launch. No. Dude, I mean, we have LMHs behind there. Oh my goodness me! Oh, this is gonna be a very feisty battle between those two. I thought they were gonna spin a crash for a moment, but look at this. They're still side by side. Now they're not side by side, but what a battle we just see! We just see a really good battle there.
That was absolutely intense. It's not often at times you see the hypercars and the GT3s battling effectively around the same place as yellow flag somewhere. I don't know what that was. Booth services drive-through. Booth services drive-through. So there is that through to keep in mind. I was so confused.
Yep, indeed. The lag continues. The lag continues. It's quite funny, to be fair, I'll be honest, when the lag happens.
So we will
But
see.
either way, let's get back into the race.
Yep, out through the field. Ryan Ward again, just struggling in through to the pits. Barry Ward has made through his scheduled stop as well. So there's also that through. GT3s, Klepa and Spakushkas are still not done fighting as Klepa down to the inside of turn 1, and that is a yellow flag. That has someone gone off.
Whoa!
That might be Booth.
I think that's Booth.
That's Booth.
And
Booth
he's out of the race.
Booth has retired. We'll look over to the replays very soon. But meanwhile, Spakushkas looking over to the inside. As soon as Klepa got overtaken, he's going to have a look down for inside. Down for turn 5. Massive contact. Klepa gets spun around. Kepper got spun around. Spakushkas does not take advantage and gives back the position.
Yes, he says sorry, but continue the battle. But as in respect, doesn't take the advantage there. So it's good from
Whoa.
Spakauskas, but whoa, that's a bit of a moment for Spakauskas.
Good save though, at least by the driver, as Kenzo up ahead. Sakura managed to make the overtake, but Kenzo saying, haha, you know what, I want that lead back, thank you very much. So let's we'll see between these two fights if anything else will materialize. Of course, none of them in the top 5 has managed to make their scheduled pit stops yet. Wart and Wart have both made theirs, so I know, incredible. I thought I saw Taggart going slow, but it wasn't. He's just staying in through. Down over for turn 1, and that's not going to make any more positions. Swings over through turn 2, coming over through 3. Sakura's got a lot on his hands if he wants to defend from here, Yuho.
Yeah, Skoro has to really do a defense of his life. Basically, Kenzo, I know him. He's a very great driver. He's always driven fantastically in LMHs. Last season we just saw him struggle all the way on the season as he's starting to get his medal back. He's starting to get the mojo back as Bartels goes into the pits. But here we go, Kenzo Khrushchev-Blin. Can he battle for the win much longer?
Matt Socorro, a chance to get his first ever prototype win in a Phoenix Sim Sport event. Kenzo adding to his collection of some, as he's the series lead in that regard for as well. Might be a bit of pride over a little of a wiggle on the exit there from Matt. And of course, when these two do fight, Gutierrez going to be the one to pick up for the pieces. He has dropped down a bit back, but it's not too much to not be worried about him. And Kenzo does know this, so that means an overtake has to happen soon.
Yep, Kenzo has to overtake as soon as possible, now or never, basically. Now, Kenzo's having pretty much the straight line speed that he needs, as the timing tower is bugging out again, but we don't care. We're looking at the timing tower, and look at this, Kenzo looking to the inside and flashes his lights, but realizes there's no way he could make that corner, and still is behind Skoro by 3/10.
Down over through to the next corner they'll go, and we'll still hold on through.
And here we go, going through 5 and 6, these two. And Skoro is gonna take the racing line still, as Kenzo gets a really great exit out of the corner. Now he's pretty much closer to Skoro. Unfortunately, I'm having so many but either way, I can't care less, because we're looking at a battle here, and we got ourselves pretty much fight for the win.
Yep, of course, that is without pit stops excluded from that discussion, which of course is going to be extraordinarily crucial, especially when you consider those sides of things. Oh my goodness me! Contact between Socorro and with Kenzo, and they both managed to make just about unscathed. Socorro though up ahead with Kenzo is now about 1.2 seconds down from behind instead of the comfortable margin that he's had, but this time it swung all the way to Isan Gutierrez's favor.
Indeed, as Gutierrez is actually joining the battle for the lead, but actually Khrushchev-Blin has lost out even more to score, as here comes Isan Gutierrez down to turn 1, but he does not make the move done. Basically, he's gonna save it until he gets much more closer to Khrushchev-Blin, and as I say that, he's getting closer and closer and closer every time with a really great exit out of the corner, and now he has a chance at least to 5 and 6, or at least turn 7.
Go through to the S is upcoming. Going down for one, through to the other. Swings right back onto the apex. And a very hard bracket zone through upcoming. And not utilising much of the apex, which is fine. The apex is known to cause a bit of wear and tear into the tires. So, indeed, interesting.
Interesting indeed. I was wrong. He lost time during those corners. I think it's because of the dirty air he wants to avoid. Basically, the turbulent air wouldn't make the car spin around, as Crucial Blin is actually catching up back to Scoro.
Yeah, he is. So we will see through that fight through once again. And you can see the lap traffic getting involved. Means that Socorro is under pressure from Kenzo once again. And rejoins back into the racing line. And Kenzo almost had a look down for the inside. Says, no, I don't want to take the racing line. I'd rather just pressure you. Both donning purple, which is, if anything to go by, this is going to be quite a purple season.
Yeah, it seems like it's going to be a purple season for the purple cars, and Kenzo stays behind the G3. Will lose a lot of time, but I think it's to be more safe, and he goes through on the Porsches. I think it was Brian Mass. As we see a spinner in the background, I think, is that Amari Amar or Marquez?
It might be. I'm not quite sure. It could be Lorenzo.
It could be Lorenzo, of course. There's also Hendricks in the background. But there's so many Peugeots that some of them I can't really, how do I say it, differentiate. So I try to guess, basically.
Wow.
Indeed. But either way, here is Wagner Marquez just chilling at this point. Oh, never mind. As I say that, there's a BMW going off the track.
That is Harold. That will be Harold. That was just going off wide. But sometimes whenever you make lapped, when you be lapped throughout the way, so it does make that little bit more sense. So indeed, as that will be not Shibora, that will be Evo. And Francis making his way through as he's managed to clear through Dolph Myers.
And here is Matthew Scoro, still with a 1.0 second gap. As I hear, well, no, I thought there was information, but 9/10, 1.3 now between Scoro and Crucial Blin. And yeah, as I hear, Hendricks' Peugeot is supposed to have a livery, but the team hasn't put it in, basically.
Yeep. Not much people again still for the pits. It's still only 2 retirements though. 34 minutes left to go. All of them being the GT3s. Actually, tension over to the GT3. Speaking of which, look at the gap. The gap has actually climbed between Kit and Cater. We saw them in the midst of a battle, but now Cater is 5 seconds off from the leader. It's really interesting that we haven't really seen Cater that much of a struggle, to be honest.
Indeed, as I think Max Kit is currently just putting away very nicely from Bradley Cater, the last season's dominating champion in the GT3. As Cater has lost. Oh, it was the timing issues again. I thought he lost actually 3 seconds.
No, he didn't. He fastest laps we're seeing at 2:0:09 from Max, and a 2:0:12 the fastest lap Cater has managed to set down.
Interesting, to be fair, as we see a yellow flag on track currently, and that's one of the Aston Martins, 007. Who could that be? To be fair. I think it's McCurdy. Oh no, Satramir. My goodness me. I'm very sorry. I've had a bit of a mishap there, ladies and gentlemen, as Chibora goes through on. I think that's Marquez.
Yep.
Yeah,
Zidrora,
that's Marquez.
Markev, and Lou and Luis down from behind in the midst of this triple way battle for P4 as it stands. So,
So Shibora currently in P4. Marquez just trying to catch the time back onto Shibora as going through turn 7. But yeah, look at this. There's a bit of trap. No, that's Marquez off, and Benito Luis benefits from it.
Markev drops down in that battle and really aggressively so, down to 1.7 seconds. Luis trying his best to catch up, but 3.8 seconds off from Shibora. That still clears for up ahead. His friend Gutierrez through to the third, with Sakura in
Look at
second.
this. They've swapped places. We missed that basically.
We did miss that. Thank you. That's actually a good mention as well. We'll have a look for the replays. We'll look for the replay, and we will figure out for. Actually, we'll go through everyone to what has happened. So we will go for.
Yep. I think it happened in lap 16 or at this at one of the corners last or sector 2 at least. Ow. And apologies if you haven't if you're joining us just now. Apologies. I think there we go. Le Mans Ultimate now agrees with us that we can watch the replay. So here is score. Oh, we missed that. So I think
this happened into the second
score.
sector. Oh wow!
Oh no! He goes wide. He goes really wide. He felt the pressure.
It wasn't that he went really. It did go wide, but I think just went too wide and tried to break onto the apex. The apex is not very. Doesn't all that much grip compared to the track, and then rejoins, and unfortunately just loses out on positions out through on the process. Bartos was the next retirement that we have seen through today.
I think it was a bit of a spin or a crash here. Let's see. Going through 14 and 15 now, and yeah, he just spins around and calls it a day. And rejoin and tries to rejoin. He tries to rejoin here, and yeah,
God.
just calls it a day.
That was through the
I think
final
he
corner.
overshot the pit lane. Overshot the pit limiter. Just look. Let's see. No, he got it right.
He was.
But just calls it a day.
He was very impressed with that. James Booth, meanwhile, was one of the retirements that we have seen. He retired back over through. Again, here so. So this was the. He was one of the first people to be impacted by this pit limiter, I think.
Yeah, he was the first guy to get impacted into through the pit limiter. As we see, he's just rejoining, but he has to pretty much make way for the GT3s and LMHs, and then, yep, there you go, calls it a day. And what happened to Jugier? Did he also call it a day?
Is he okay?
He seems to be okay. Here we go. Going through sector 2. Taking the normal racing line. Yeah, everything seems to be fine. Just at some point he just called it a day. I've said it many times now.
This is this is like, I've never seen a Corvette driver drive this quick in my life. This is like X 2010 novice speed. But
Exactly.
if he did call it a day, I just can't seem to figure out a reason why he would retire. I'm not sure if it might be a disconnect or a latency issue or any of that matter. Makes it for the pits, or it could be speedy for the pit lane.
Nope.
So we will
Just
So Kenzo lead, Matt second, Istance third, Jacob fourth, Wagner fifth, Evo fifth, Dolph Myers seventh, Benito Luis eighth, Lorenzo ninth, Amori 10th. My goodness me, what great camera work that was. Kenneth 11th, and then we have Ben in 12th, who just jumped Odin Satramir in 13th, Andrew Taggart 14th, Ryan Ward 15th, and then Max Kitt still yet to pit. Bellman, Clap, Rivera all have yet to pit. Cater has, which is why he is down. But yep, Brian Garcia 6th, the Cock 7th, Spakushkas 8th, Brian Mass 9th, and 3 retirements again.
now, currently we're looking at Kenzo Kroshamblin. He's yet to pit, it seems like.
Yep, they all have yet to pit, to be honest. So for the multi-class, as we can see, through to your left-hand side.
Yeah, Kit has the big advantage to Bellman currently and Cater as well. Cater is actually battling Rivera, and Cater gets through on Rivera. As we focus on Crucial Blin, I just checked the timing towers, and yeah, Cater up to 4th.
Good overtake by Cater to make use of going over through it lap traffic. Let me just number of stops. The number of stops is a good indicator for how many stops they have all made, and Rivera has also made for one, along with Cater. Again, still all for the top 5, yet to make for a pit stop. So, and there are already a couple of people. So if you go for the GT3s, you already have been through a couple of people that have already made their scheduled pit stops. Rivera, Cater, and Spakushkas all come in mind. And then for the Hypers, the Hypers is a similar story, I guess. Wart, Taggart, and the other Wart all also making for those gains. So, indeed.
The wards have now pitted as Taggart goes wide. Oh wait, that's Ryan Ward. Sorry about that. Wait, no, it is Taggart. Oh my god, double sorry.
Move down through to the inside that Cater has done means that he will hold on through to the P4 again. Sorry, I'm just off track of the mind. I am seeing Klepper going into the pits, I think. Or one of them.
Klepper's not in the pits currently. One of the cars is in the pits. I don't know who.
No, it wasn't.
Well-
It wasn't anyone out from the pits, but I think I was confused. I think that was the timing tower issue that you referred through before has indeed impacted my commentary as well. 4 seconds, the gap between Kenzo with Matt, and then also 2 seconds gap between himself and Gutierrez.
Indeed, that's Gutierrez currently singing P3 fastest in the practice as well, and he might have a shot at the win at the final stages if he can up the pace. With also Score also trying to up the pace as much as possible to catch up to Kenzo, Crucial, and Blaine. Hello, anyone there?
21 minutes left over to go here, ladies and gentlemen. Still, anyone's gets this through to make. We'll read for your comments. Hundreds of shows supposed to have a livery. The team might have forgotten to send it in. Would make it easier for you to differentiate. Yes, probably, but it's fine. I don't think it's that bad.
3,
We'll be fine.
Oh,
The point
yeah,
is
we'll be fine. Yep, thought you disappeared for a moment, Amir, but yeah, I mean next time would be much more easier for most of us if there's like different liveries, of course. As well, we're currently here with 20.5 minutes to go into this race. Already 39.5 minutes gone by. As here we go. It's gonna be another lapped car in the way. One of the GT3s. That's I think Rivera, if I'm right.
1.5 seconds the gap between Sakura and Gutierrez, as Benito, Luis, and Hendricks in the midst for their own battle is also about within a second of each other. 20 minutes for to go. Kenzo seems to hold on to the lead that he's managed to claim back from Sakura, and has never looked back ever since. Even when it looked really, really dull for him, then he still managed to persevere and push on through. Bradley Cater, meanwhile, down through behind on his as he's being lapped over by Sakura, and Gutierrez has done everything he possibly can to make his pit stop work. His best lap of 21.1 is only about a tenth slower than Kid up ahead. There will always be that for him to keep in mind with himself. Sakura needs to do all he can now to hold on to P2. He may have been ruled away from a race win potential here, but to lose out on second place to Gutierrez won't be quite the momentum that he would have been hoping for, especially when you consider how good of a qualifying and a race that he's had thus far. With 19 minutes left to go, a bit of a wiggle out from the exit means that he's really feeling the pressure here, Yuho.
Yes, and Score needs to push as much as possible. Look at this, Isan Gutierrez now catching up through the braking as well, getting a really nice exit. Now lapping Klepper, one of the GT3 cars, in third place. Now it's all up to Scoro to try to defend from Gutierrez. Gutierrez does not have a look at anywhere right now. Just keeps it going as now Scoro needs to try to pull away. Now it's all or never for the South African driver.
Lot of
as
opportunities.
There's a yellow flag.
Oh, there is a yellow flag. Thank you for pointing that for Yuho. Not quite sure for who that might be. Might have been Meyer, I think, or has gone slow. Or is it Bell? No, it's not Bellman. I can't seem to quite. Hendricks has gone into the pits. So it'll be another one to make through his.
Seems like it was Klepper. I think it was Klepper. And oh, we're having
Klepper?
another retirement.
Another retirement.
Yeah.
Lorenzo has pulled over to retirement, so that's a bit of a shocker. That means it's reduced down. Our first ever hypercar retirement this season, coming from Lorenzo, has brought it down over through to 14, 17 and a half minutes left to go here. Again, we're just waiting for the last remaining people to make their pit stops, as that window is going to very well slowly come to a close. Crucial Blade, Sakura, Gutierrez, Shibura, Marquez, Francis, Myers, Luis, Amar, Del Peterson, Santermere, all yet to make through theirs. And into the GT3s, they usually run for longer stints, but we'll still need to pit anyways regardless. Kent, Bellman, Klepper, Garcia, DeCock and Mass, all left to pit.
And it will be interesting who will go come out on top, basically, through these pit stops as well. Because going through the order now, basically, Scoro has dropped down from Gutierrez, now down to third. But now the hypercars should start making their pit stops as soon as possible. And there we go. As I say, Chibara's in the pits.
Shibara is indeed into the pits. It's going to be quite crucial for what he can potentially do. As Shibara is next out for the pits now. There he is, Francis, the other BMW, also in the pits now. So they're both going to be exiting out through. I think both in the midst of their battles of their own, albeit in a bit of different stages. He will exit out through as Peterson makes his way through up at 8. Shibora will have to follow down through behind, and Francis exits out through in a much quicker pit stop than Shibora has done. Will lead out through, out from that field. Someone's just gone through to the pits. That is Harold de Kock. That has done pretty well, especially considering when you consider where he started through this race. I think he's kept it relatively clean to continue to bolster on his charge.
Indeed, as it seems like Harold just now
15
coming out of
seconds.
the pits, and
15 seconds between Khrushchev and did Sakura make his did he? No, he didn't. Sakura did not make his pit stop, and he's so far behind.
yeah, Scoro hasn't made his pit stop, but not too far behind Gutierrez. But he is starting to try to make. Whoa! Wow, that is a bit of a moment for Scoro.
Out from the exit, and still Socorro has lost out on P2 in the midst of his battle with Gutierrez. And Gutierrez, again, a chance to push himself up even further, as is looking to do so down to a T. Dal Peterson and Shibor in a battle for P8. Out from the exit now onto the home straight. Peterson now under pressure from Shibor. Shibor will have through the slipstream over now for turn 1. And look at this. Peterson holds on to the middle line coming through turn 1. Does Shibor bite it? He doesn't quite.
He tries to, but he cannot.
No, he absolutely cannot. So
now it's all down to turn 4 on the straight, and he doesn't bite again, but looks around to find a gap and try to get a good exit out of the corner. And now Kempdal Peterson is under pressure from Jacob Shiboro, as there's a GT3 in the way as well. Oh, it's near to contact between those two hypercars right there, as now Shiboro is trying his best to now find the gap. There's still not a gap down to go down the inside, and Shiboro is still just hunting down. He's pretty much irritated by this, because Hendricks is currently, he hasn't done a pit stop, if I'm right or wrong.
for the exit though. And Shibora looks down from the inside. No, Shibora has made a pit stop, as has Don Pedersen. So they both are effectively fighting this for position. Changing the position here between Shibora and Pedersen. Question is, overtaking Pedersen is a lot easier said than done. For a man that has done very well through season 15, that didn't quite clinch the championship by mere points and also an appearance as well. Things should be looking up right for stage driver. So Shibora is not going to make it at all easy.
Here we go. Here we go.
Side by side, heading over down for turn 1. Shibora is going to make it look very easy against Pearson over for turn 1. And a fantastic move. He'll hold on through to get into the lead.
Not in the lead, but up to 6th place.
Well, lead from Pearson.
Ah.
But fantastic move though from Pearson to get to the upper ahead. Look at this down through behind Gutierrez and Shikoro now in the battle. Shikoro has found a way to make his way up through to 3rd, and they're gonna go side by side with Gutierrez down over through the final corner. And a pit horn calls. That is Kenzo entered into the pits, and Shikoro is going to go into the pits himself, and that could have ended completely ugly as Gutierrez was playing to stay out. That might have cost Shikoro just a little bit of time, but that's a bit unfortunate there. Max Kit also heads into the pits, so he's in the midst of his intense battle with Bradley Cater, as he's in the midst of traffic. That is Patterson making the lap onto Bradley with his quest to try and get back up to P8. As Kenzo enters in through, that will be Dove Myers jumping in. Gutierrez all have yet for left to pit, so we'll have a look through the number of stops left, so we do have that information up here. So Gutierrez, Meyer, Cruchon and Luis all yet to pit. Kev has gone in through. That's Sakura exiting out, and that is Max Kit as well. Where does Bradley Cater exit out from all this? He's retired. No,
it was lag.
It was huge lag. Bradley Cater pitting early didn't seem to do much for him. He's 22 seconds behind.
Yep. Indeed, as Cater is up to Coleman in the pits. Oh my goodness me, the lag is getting worse and worse. Kleppa currently pitting as well, as now Bellman exits the pits, and here it comes Rivera jumping both of them.
Yep, indeed, and that will allow to get himself through up ahead. Cater 24 seconds, so that seems to be pretty costly, but I think seems to be from Max Kit's confirmation that the later you pit, the better you'll be here in Bahrain. And with under 10 minutes left to go, still a lot of people have left to pit. Satramir exits out for the pits in the Aston Martin. He was still relatively last, and now he comes out even more last. I think about 20 seconds behind from Ryan Ward. It's not quite also the team's defense that Andrew and Ryan have been hoping for, especially when you consider how good their season was in season 15. It seems to be more of an uphill battle here, Yuho.
Yeah, it seems like as the teammates now between each other, and look at this. Now good. Whoa. I thought Gutierrez was going into the pits, but no. Crucian Blin. Wait, is that Crucian Blin trying to lap Hendricks? Whoa!
Patterson down over through the final corner. Pearson's got no choice but to avoid if he wants to make contact, but they do make contact, and Pearson goes wide, spins off, and he'll lose his up for the position down over to 8th. But Ben Ward promotes himself up into 8th from this fiasco that's just happened. He's where Frantic still opens through. Benito Luis is now last one to go through into the pits now. Gutierrez still has to pit for 8 minutes left to go.
Yeah, indeed. Gutierrez has to pit now or never, basically. The window's about to close, basically. Now, Myers up to 5th. It seems like. Yep, Myers up to 5th. And look at this. The two teammates, Andrew Taggart and Ryan Ward, currently having a bit of a... They're kind of showboating to make a battle here. as they have nothing to lose for now.
Sorry, what's that? I'm hearing a yellow flag is going to be in order, similar to what we've had in the 2 hours of Spa-Francorchamps. But get out of an exit, kicking up through by Tygart, and Wart were just going to say, lol. You know, it's quite nice, honestly. They have both got fantastic team chemistry.
Oh, Gutierrez in the pits.
Gutierrez
in the pits.
Gutierrez is in the pits. He's left it so late. Is it going to be a big advantage for him? Kenzo exits out for the final corner. He is obviously going to jump, and no real man can really challenge Kenzo. But the question is over for Socorro as he's exiting out for the final corner. Has Gutierrez left his pits up far too late, you think, Yuho?
I think Gutierrez has lost out to Scoro as we see Scoro currently.
No.
Oh, look at that! Gutierrez actually gets in front of Scoro.
He jumps him by 11 seconds, so pitting late does seem to be the way to make it work here. As Ivo Franchix again for lap traffic is ripped right back into Ben Ward and company. Wagner Marquez down for behind, also going to make his move up for the field. As you can just see out from the exit, that will be Brian Mass, who's all the way down for a 9 fast worry about for the lap traffic. And well, the thing is, if you have to be blue flagged by someone in the same class, you have to let them go, and no exceptions asked. Well, there is exceptions. 3 waved yellow blue flags, I think, is the rule in Phoenix, if I'm right.
Exactly. As well, we had a brief look at the drivers that didn't take part in the race or retirements.
Whoa.
As Ben Ward. Whoa. He's looking every time to find the move to make, basically, or thinking about making a move on to Ivo Franisek as well. And look at this, he has a really good exit out of the corner. Now going through turn 11 now. What can Ben Ward do? He is trying to get close, but he's not as close as he wanted to be to Ivo Franisek, as there's a yellow flag. Here's where's the yellow flag is. Who might that be?
Spokoskas.
Oh, it's Linus Spokoskas.
Yep, gone way too slow. 5 minutes left to go. Bradley Cater not doing much that he can. It's going to be the first time ever in quite a while that Bradley Cater does not win a GT3 race.
It might be actually the Davidson winning the race here.
Could be, but here we go.
I want to
Ryan
wait
Ward
to do.
looking over down to the inside onto Andrew Tugger. Andrew Tugger takes the race in line and throws Bradley Cater right into Wart's face. And Wart makes his way through. It just says, come back right here. Still in the battle for P12 as it stands. We'll look over through to the comments. There's no more any comments. Thank you all very much. Thank you to Grandoli for following the Phoenix Sim Sports action. And to all you 11 viewers here that's watching. 11 viewers, wow, that's quite a lot. Thank you all very much, every single one. Kelpa out through turn 10. Just keeping on through to a very impressive 5th on his GT3 debut. And 4 minutes left to go. There seems to be no much battles going on here. Only real big one is the one between Franchix and Ward and Tigard and Ward. Oh my god, Franchix and Ward. Wow, both battles is involving
Includes warts. It just includes warts, basically. What a coincidence. As Andrew Taggart still ahead of Ryan Ward. Ward's losing out every time to Taggart, and he has never mind. He didn't lose much time. He's just gaining it back through the exit of the corner, and hopefully there's no papaya rules currently to this team.
No, please don't you dare say that. No.
You've heard it many times now.
Oh goodness me.
All right, I'll stop.
Alright, couple of minutes left to go. Peterson makes his way into the pits. As just wanna, where is he? There he is. Makes his way right on by.
As there's one pit crew actually just looking down. I think he's sad. Hello. Are you lost? Are you lost? Oh, look at this. Let's focus on this as well, because Ryan Ward has catched up to Andrew Taggart. Oh my goodness me, my voice.
In a battle for the final position and for position, really, now between Taggart and Ward. This is just outside of the points scoring position, or not point scoring position. The top 10 for them both. Ooh, Ward a bit too deep in here. He's going to go through the S's. Makes it for easy.
And Taggart just trying to defend from Ryan Ward here every bit of time at the matter of this moment, as there's Pedersen behind, just looking back, looking in front, what's going on between these two right here, as Andrew Taggart under pressure from Ryan Ward. Ryan Ward is actually trying to look down inside, but doesn't seem to make it happen.
Yep, absolutely. So, 1 minute left to go here for today's race. It's the only battle that we can really see. Shibora and Myers in the midst of their battle for last tussle place. A bit wide out from the exit from Shibora, but is it enough for Duff Myers to capitalise? He's gonna try for his best, kind for the pressure, and looks over for
Oh,
the
Myers
outside line.
looks on the outside, tries to
Ooh,
make a
looks for the
switch
switchback.
back. Oh, Chibara parks it brilliantly there.
Gutierrez and Shikoro are in a battle once again. This is going to be for the dying stages of the race now, as I think he will go through to make one last lap here. Socorro down through the inside, swings it around through, Virgin over for the second sector. They're both going to be going side by side here through the final few corners that they will be able to go. And look at this, this is going to be intense spot for P2.
Where's Scoro?
The timer is done. The
What
timer
happened
is
to
done.
Scoro?
Skenzo is going to head on through. Socorro down through the final corner has got the lead ahead of Gutierrez down from behind. But Kenzo going through across the line means that they will have one more lap left.
Indeed, Kenzo doing his absolute, doing absolutely brilliantly in this race. Sorry, I'm lost for words currently. But either way, currently there's a battle between Shibora and Myers and Shibora. Shibora goes to the inside. Whoa! Wow!
That's
What's going on here?
Shibora's lost it, and Ben Ward almost lost it up from the exit.
Whoa!
Yeah, that was really, really close, but I don't know why he's letting people through. It's quite confusing.
I think he has low fuel. He might have a low fuel. Can we check the virtual energy? If we could check the class currently, Chirao has 1% of virtual energy.
He was hoping
That's
for
why he's
Kenzo
letting
to
people
go-
through. He has
Yeah, he was hoping Kenzo would go for across the line earlier
Whoa!
than he's expected, but it's not going to happen for here, as Kenzo, surely, with just the final few corners left to go, what a way to start your season in style. The French will be absolutely ecstatic as he kickstarts his hypercar campaign with a race win here to kick off Season 16 of Phoenix Sim Sports.
Mackkit wins also on his debut as well. What a way to start his career in Phoenix Simsport. Bradley Cater put so much, put so much pressure on Max Kid as well in the first laps. But Max Kid, your race winner in GT3 as well here. What a way to start your Phoenix campaign, and also what a way to absolutely win this race. As yeah, look at Shibor, 0.4%. 0.4%. I think he's crossed the line now.
What a race. What a race. Right now, Markev go for the line for his 7. Shibora has a drive-through penalty.
He's going through the pits as slowly as possible here.
What a heartbreak for Shibora. That did so well.
Indeed.
Into the pits he
It's
will
unfortunate
go,
for him.
and unfortunately he will lose out. He retires as he could not cross the he doesn't have enough fuel to go across for the finish line. I'm not quite sure what the drive for penalty was for. I'm wondering if that might be penalty, but Taggart goes
maybe
on through.
track limits.
Ryan Ward did eventually jump up Andrew Taggart for that position as it stands, so fair play to them. They're both going to continue on for their celebrations back for season 15. So for that, keep in mind, Leonidas Bukushkas also in a similar position, is trailing very slowly. A lot of people did seem to
finishes in
here.
6th.
He finishes in 6th. The last driver to go for across the line. Well, it's been a pretty eventful moment for Harold, but Lacey managed to break it in through into the top 10, and a good campaign to start off for the Dutchman. De Kock up in a 7th. And what a race.
Wow.
What a race. What a race that was. In through to the hypercars, it was Kenzo Christian Blin that has converted his pole position up into a race win. Matt Sakaro through in 2nd with Isan Gutierrez in 3rd. Sakaro, Gutierrez, and Kenzo all battling out throughout most of the race. And it was Kenzo that managed to come up on top after making his stint through work. Dolph Myers, a very, very good performance for him, promotes himself up in a 4th, with Evo Frantics following through behind in 5th, very good from Evo. Ben Wart managed to do well from his recovery at the start of the race. He dropped all the way back over to the lower end of the field, recovered himself up in a 6th, fantastic there from him. And then it's the Porsche trio, Marquez ahead of Benito Luis in 8th, with Amori Amar in 9th, and they will all be just ahead of Ryan Wart, the championship, the man that was trying to defend his crown this season can only just manage the top 10, barely. Outside of that, Kaftal Peterson, the late pit stop didn't quite work out for him, but well known for his battles throughout the head, will be pretty okay with 11th, with Andrew Taggart following through behind, 1/10 behind in 12th for the Irishman, Odin Satramir in 13th, and Jacob Shabora running for the midfield up until he had his fuelage problem. And all the bats that he would be able to do can just finish through in 14th. At least he managed to classify as a finisher and not as a retirement, which unfortunately cannot be the same said for Lorenzo Hendricks. He was the only sole retirement through the hypercar class. Over to the GT3s. The GT3s is a different story than what we are usually prepared for here in the commentary boxes. Matt Kent takes through his debut win here in the GT3s, managing to beat up Brian Bradley Cater with a fantastic pit strategy and pace, especially out through the start. These two battling out in the early stages, but unfortunately Cater cannot quite reciprocate throughout the entire race. Ken Rivera down from behind in 3rd. He'll be pretty proud of that with his new car that he's in. With Samuel Bellman down from behind, a good way to start for his campaign, up to 4th. With Servert Kleppa down in 5th. Linus Bukushkas in 6th. Harold de Kock in 7th. With Brian Garcia being a lap down for an 8th with the Ferrari. With Brian Mass and the Porsche suffering down for just 3 laps down. With the tire speed, Hal Bartels through the pit stops as well, with other ones as James Booth and Vincent Jugier as well. What a race.
What a race. As I do want to start interviewing here, I do want to start with Kenzo here. Kenzo, congratulations on what was an absolutely commanding drive tonight. From the outside, it looked clinical, but take us through it. How was it? How tough was it inside the cockpit to control that
Fir-
race from the
The
front?
first few minutes was so hard. It was just super hard. Like I didn't accept last score to get. He started P8 and I think P3 at the lap 1, just after the exit of the last corner. He was following me each lap. Each corner was 5 to 8 tenths behind me, flashing me, and just a couple of mistakes, a couple of good moves that he made him pass me, and then like he was going away 1 second, but don't know what happened. But I think I awakened something because I start doing something with my brake, like releasing more braking like every corner, and I was actually catching to him. And I realized I think like I just unlocked something with our driving style because I really gained a lot of time doing fast slap and faster slap. Just realized I just putting too much brake at the apex, and then that's what made me lose a lot of time. Then suddenly when I tried to do that, I follow Scoro very close. The car had much more rotation, so I could brake even later than I'm doing right now. And then yeah, he make a huge mistake. I managed to pass him that, and then I just fly away, doing fast lap, I think just discovering you myself. And oh my god, it's so great to be back on top after 2 seasons of just unluckiest moment, just bad strategy and bad driving. I just have some massive skill issues sometimes. But yeah, feels so good to be back on top, and I just hope it will be the same for the next race.
Indeed, I mean it's a dominant win, great composure, but and it also puts you in a fantastic position early in the season. But what's the mindset heading into round two?
Same as now. Just have to win. Just have to do the same thing as now. Maybe unlock a new thing on the throttle now. But
Indeed,
yes, something I really want to do. Win again. That's something I really miss. I want to win.
indeed. Amir, any questions?
A fantastic start for you to your campaign, Kenzo. It's what we've seen to simmer through behind as well. I think previously your campaign also started in quite high spirits. Do you have any goals heading now from? You've already got your first win, so this season. So do you have any goals for the season long ahead? Because it is a good momentum to start for your campaign.
Sorry. Didn't know. I think my set just broken or something.
Oh, no, it's okay. It's okay. The win that you've had has
Bless
been
you.
a very important one, and we usually see first races can hold a lot of momentum for the rest of the season. So, have your goals for the season at all changed since you've won quite comfortably?
As the goal is the same as even if I win the first one, if I finish last at the first race, it's always the same goal as every season. It's just to be on top every time, to be the fastest. So as really, for me, like I think I'm just gonna be happy for a couple of rows and just my head gonna get down and I'm just gonna prepare for the next race, like I usually do. Just happy like right now to be like that, to be winning again, and I'm pretty sure we'll be back on the top for the next race and after. But yes, the competition is very rude, so we're gonna see.
Yeah.
No more questions.
Thanks very much, Kenzo. Massive congratulations for on your pole position and your race win to kick off your hypercar campaign, and hopefully we get to see you from the top step of the podium in the near future.
I hope to, but I
And
just gotta
from
leave. So have a nice week. Goodbye.
Thank you.
goodbye. Congrats again.
Thank you.
Do you want to pick who you want to interview next, Yuho?
You could start with one of them,
Okay,
and I'll interview next one.
that's fine. Kit, coming through to the scene, it's been, I think, one of the first races that you've done full season or in quite a while, and you've managed to win. So, preparing over through to the start of the season, How did you feel with the Lexus before you made your season before you made your race here in Bahrain?
Yeah, no. So this is my first race here in this league, and really, I
Oh,
only started doing LMU league racing about a month back, but I've been doing daily races for a while now. But yeah, no, the Lexus has always been a very, in it's hard to explain, but it you feel very connected to it. It communicates itself well.
It's a nice it's nice to hear a driver provide such feedback to a car whenever human and machinery goes synchronizes so well together. Did really well during qualifying. Managed to beat Bradley Gator, who's almost held every pole position last season, and you've beaten to it upon your return to this league. But as you've mentioned before, you have got some experience. Did you think heading over into qualifying with partnered with Alexis that you would be this high up during qualifying? And did your goals at all change from when you prepared for this race to at the end of qualifying, having started quite ahead in the front row?
Honestly, I had a horrible qualifying. Just couldn't. I absolutely destroyed the tires my first 2 laps and was just had to put a banker down really. So what happened happened. So we ended up in P2, but lap 1 we were able to get quite a nice little dummy overtake pulled off, and we left the complex with the lead. So, but from there it was honestly a pretty simple strategy race. Um, Going into the final laps, I was very short on VE, but thankfully the P1 hyper that we just interviewed was coming right by. So we just let him go and we're all good.
You?
well, I mean, that was a brilliant performance for you. I mean, I guess it's no surprise to see also an X30 kart driver here. So also, what's your main expectation for this season?
Hopefully just keep on fighting for wins, and what happens happens.
Awesome, thank you. And also, I do need a coach for X30, so I might ask you some questions at some point.
Yeah, just send me your Motec, I got you.
all right. I'll give you 2 then. all right, but congratulations, anyways.
All right, man, thank you. I'll see you guys.
See us.
See
The
you.
Lion wins.
A lion wins, indeed. As I do want to also interview the wards, both of them actually here. So you guys had a pretty, I don't know, a rough start to the season. So uh, first off to Ryan, at the start you were battling with one of the LMHs and you spun around uh, twice. It seemed like. Um, what happened there, basically?
Yeah. So I think it was Kenneth. Um, like I haven't watched it back yet. Whoever it was went up the inside of turn 5, gave him space, and then as we came back for the left-hander, from what I remember, he just went straight for the apex, and I was around, and then that was pretty much the end of the race. Me and Mav had really struggled with pace. I struggled with flat spoiled tyres, so we decided to do a really early undercut the moment we could. Obviously, I had to change tyres, and Mav didn't. And then we just drove until the end of the race. Definitely not the way we wanted to start our season, but spirits are still high. Particularly on my side, this is a track that I don't like at all, and just didn't really have the pace to the pace of Ben or any of the top boys. They're all doing 46s, and I'm nowhere near that. So I probably would have finished around about near Ben had I not made another mistake and spun. So it just kind of is what it is. It's one of those races. We move to the next one. It's good to see Kenzo back up where he truly deserves to be. He sounds like he's got so much more confidence just from one win, and he absolutely deserves it. And again, Kit beating Bradley. I mean, did not see that on my bingo card this morning. because as far as I'm concerned, Bradley's pretty much unbeatable. So that's really well done to him.
Indeed, I mean it seemed like a rough patch for you both, and Ben also you had a bit of a spin on lap one as well. I mean, or somewhere around the start.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get a very good start. My starter never. My initial get off is just everybody seems to get a better one. Matt got a great start, which was a shame, because I knew that he'd be fighting Kenzo, who's obviously my teammate this season again. So I once he got past me, I was like, ah, fuck. I mean, damn. And then I brake too early for turn one because Luis come across. So I was like, I'll just brake early. So I was so tentative in turn one, and then Ryan come around the outside, so I had to represent and leave him on the outside. We gave each other racing room, but it was into turn 10. Everybody slowed up, and I didn't anticipate it going quite that slow, and I wanted to undercut because me and Ryan were side by side from turn one onwards on the first lap, which will be a good watch back. And then I hit him up the arse, and then I got off and onto the advertising boards and all that, and I just spun around, and it was a nightmare. But I was after I got back through all the GTs, I was about 10 seconds back, but they were doing 51s at the start of the race. Mav, Nordish, and there was one other. And then Ryan spun again, but he was behind me because he'd spun twice by that point. And then, but my pace was good. I was in the 47s nearly all race. I fought all the way back up to Kenneth's backside, which was very motivating for myself. And then I saw that Ryan and Mav pitted, so I was like, you know what, I'll do that as well. So I pitted a lap later, put in a little bit less fuel. I definitely needed more. I finished with 0.2 virtual energy. So and then I just knew if I just kept pumping in the lap times, I would at least be in front of Kenneth, maybe Amar and Wagner. And then I ended up behind the BMWs and Dovi Myers, and that was I think I come 8th in the end, which doesn't sound very impressive, but when you'd spun and were last by 10 seconds, that's really quite a good fight back, which is exactly what I needed to do. Kenzo won. That's great for him, great for us. We'll just take it forward from here on out, I think.
Indeed. Amir, any questions?
It's been an interesting start for both of your campaigns. I'm sure, especially with the seasons both of you had, it might have been a bit higher, but of course it's only just been one round, still 9 races through to go. So quickly looking over through to the next track, which I believe it is.
It's Interlagos, I believe.
It is Interlagos. Interlagos is the next one. How are you two both feeling prepared for it? Is it a track that plays more to your strengths?
Well, I certainly didn't like it in the Cadillac. Being in the Peugeot this time, I'm hoping it's a bit better for me. But yeah, I like Interlagos. It's a good circuit. Ryan's quite quick there as well, so I'm sure he's going to tell you. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the season. I think a few podiums could be on the horizon at some point, which is sort of what I want. So I don't think a race win's possible with Kenzo in his imperious French form. So we'll take a few
podiums. And yeah, for me, I love Brazil. It doesn't mean I'm going to be fast because the league ramped up last year and it's ramped up even more this year with the skill we have. So it's going to be about maximizing every chance you get. Obviously, this race is a disappointment, but we can only go up, and that's what we'll do. I've got number 1 on my car, so I've got to defend it at least a little bit.
Yo.
No more questions, but hopefully you guys will be racing with us in Brazil and do a better job than this one.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Cheers.
Closing thoughts, Yoho?
A very great race, very great start to the season. One driver returning back on top of the podium in Hypercar, and a debutant winning a race here in Phoenix Sim Sports.
It's incredible. What a fantastic first race, ladies and gentlemen. That is season 16 kicks off well and truly underway in quite impressive fashion. We have seen Kenzo managed to clinch for his race win, albeit that was one of the most difficult that he has managed to hold on to that lead, especially when you consider the drivers that were behind him, and he still managed to pull that through up ahead. So big congratulations up to him. We're going to see more summer drivers that for himself in the future, and also going to see a lot more of the drivers that will and truly have made their stars shine bright here this season, as Kent again defeating Cater from that race win is a sign that we can see these two definitely battling out through in the absolute near future of the series. But until then, that has been us. We're going to be back over through with more sim racing action. The Phoenix Sim Sport Racing continues in full swing with Formula Alpha making through its first race over in Sunday, and the usual AC leagues taking place over through on Wednesday, and Friday with the MX5s. Wednesday is the, I can't remember which one it was. It might be the IndyCar, I'm not sure. But MX5's TCRs continue on through on Friday with new overlay package by yours truly, Juho Soppinen. ACC will also continue through to kickstart its 16th season as it continues on forth in full course action. And we, of course, the Endurance Scene is going to continue back over also in full swing as we travel all the way over to South America, for Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache is going to host round 2 out of 10 for the next hour race just slowly upon us. And that is going to be what we have defined for our championship leaders. The points are now on the table. It's until then, until the final race over at Monza. Until then, you've been Juho Soppinen, you have been the fans, and I've been Amir Oates, and goodbye.